Welcome to Storytime Counseling. Today we're going to be talking about actions by reading The Way I Act, verses by Steve Metzger, and illustrations by Jan Kane. The Way I Act. The Way I Act. Curious. What planet is the biggest? Where do wild geese fly? I want to learn about the world. I'm curious, that's why. So being curious is asking yourself questions as to why things happen, what kind of animals live in certain environments. So being curious is a very good action, right? It allows us to kind of learn and explore our world. Responsible. I do my homework every night. I fix my sister's sled. I'm proud when I'm responsible. I even make my bed. So the action of responsible, this is a big one, especially in schools, right? We have to be responsible for our homework every day. Sometimes we're responsible of siblings. Like here it says, I fix my sister's sled. So sometimes our brothers or sisters are going to have problems, and it might be our responsibility to help them. And it says that when you're responsible, you feel proud because you're accomplishing things and you're doing things all on your own. So that kind of makes you like a little grown-up, right? And so here they're even making their own bed, which I'm sure mom and dad would be very happy to see that you're being responsible of your belongings in your room. Let's see what other actions we can take. Compassionate. When grandma's sad, I hold her hand. I help friends when they fall. I'm compassionate when I care for creatures, great and small. So being compassionate is taking the action of making other people feel better, whether that's your grandma when she's sad, or your parents, helping friends when they fall, or even helping animals when they're hurt, or to feed them. That's being very compassionate. Trustworthy. I do not take what isn't mine. When tempted, I walk on by. I'm trustworthy. I tell the truth, even when I'd rather lie. So being trustworthy is doing the right thing even when nobody is watching. So as you can see here, this person, I don't think there's anyone working here. They have their money and the cupcakes are there. They could easily just take one if they really wanted to, but because they're trustworthy, they're going to probably wait for the cashier to come and they're going to pay with the money. So trustworthy is telling the truth even when you want to lie, or even when you want to make a bad choice. Trustworthy. Brave. I'm brave when I get on the bus and I go off to school. I'm brave when I try skating or jump in the pool. So being brave takes a lot of courage. Sometimes that looks like trying something new that we've never done, or jumping in a pool, or maybe getting on a big slide, and even being brave when you go to school every morning. That's being brave. Friendly. No matter if you're shy or bold, I hope you'll play with me. Let's read or draw or climb a tree. I'm friendly as can be. So here they're talking about the action of being friendly, making sure that you play with others, even if they want to play something else. It says that you can read or draw or climb a tree, meaning that you have a lot of different options to make friends. You don't always have to play the same thing. And here you see they're sharing together, so that's being friendly as well. Persistent. Hooray for me, this puzzle's done. Now all the pieces fit. Be persistent, that's my goal. I'll try hard not to quit. Wow. So building puzzles requires us to be very persistent. So if you've done a puzzle before, you may know that sometimes the pieces aren't going to fit. You have to try and find different solutions. But as long as you don't quit and you're done, you're being persistent. And that's a great action to take. You may also be persistent with your homework by not giving up. You may also be persistent during sports, making sure that even if you make mistakes, you try to improve those mistakes and become a better athlete. That's being persistent. Respectful. I honor my parents' request. When asking, I say please. I know that I'm respectful too when I don't push or tease. So here they show a student being in the library and it says quiet please. So they're being very respectful by staying quiet, maybe shushing others that are making a loud noise. That's being respectful in the setting that they're at. They also talk about honoring parents' request. So sometimes our parents are going to ask us to do something, and it's respectful when we listen and we maybe don't talk back. It's also respectful to say please when you're asking for something. And it also means respect when you don't push or you tease others around you. That means that you're respecting their feelings. The next action is cooperative. I pass the ball in soccer games. I help you fly your kite. When we are cooperative, we don't have time to fight. So being cooperative means that you're working together. So this is a big one, especially when playing with sports or playing with your friends. That may mean that you're taking turns, that you're passing the ball, you're helping your friend if maybe they don't know how to do the activity. And it's saying that when you work together, there's really no time to fight. And so that's definitely a good action to take, being cooperative. The action of capable. I can do so many things like sweep and sing and run. It's great to be so capable. I smile and say, well done. So being capable is the action of knowing that you can do something, feeling like you could do something. So here, this boy is capable of sweeping and dusting whatever he sweeps. And so he feels proud when he's capable, right? It says that he smiles and says, well done. So being capable is a great action. And a lot of times we may feel like we're not capable of something, especially if it's something new. But as we talked about, the other actions of being persistent and being responsible and cooperative are going to help us get to this action of feeling capable, right? But the goal is always just trying the activity at least once. The next action is active. Dancing, prancing, running, jumping, spinning like a top. When I'm active, I feel great and never want to stop. So this is a great action, right? To get some exercise, whether that's dancing or running or jumping. When we're exercising, our body releases different emotions, and those emotions are usually really happy ones. You may feel excited, you may be happy that you're playing tag with your friends, or that you're learning a new move. So being active is definitely a great action to take. The next action is considerate. I'm considerate of other kids. I do not scream or hit. When Grandpa needs a chair, I say, here's a comfortable place to sit. Being considerate. So being considerate is when you think of other people's feelings or what they may want, and you help them get there. So when it says I'm considerate of other kids, I don't scream or hit at them, is being thoughtful of, hey, would this kid want to be screamed at? Should I hit this kid? And if I do, how are they going to feel? If they're going to feel sad or they may be mad, think about it. Is that a good choice? Probably not. So taking the action of being considerate is a great choice to do, because oftentimes you're helping somebody else feel better. The next action is imaginative. I'm a wizard, I'm a star. I play until I'm done. I love being imaginative. My games are so much fun. So using your imagination is a great action to take. Using your imagination allows you to create new games, come up with new strategies. So whenever you can use your imagination, go for it. It's such a great action to take, especially when you're at school or when you're at home. Being imaginative is a great action to take. So let's see. Friendly, brave, considerate, curious, on the go. My actions show who I am now and how I want to grow. So here it says that your actions say a lot about who you are. So if you're being friendly and you're being brave and you're thinking of other people's feelings, then that makes you known as a great person, and it makes you feel great. So you always want to make positive actions. But also think about it. If your actions are making other people feel sad or feeling angry, how is that going to make you feel about yourself? And if it's not going to make you feel very great about yourself, then it's probably a negative action. So today we talked about the way that you act and the different actions that you may take on every day. And so we learned all about positive actions, right? And so I encourage you to practice these positive actions throughout your day and at school in order to feel better about yourself and help others feel better about themselves as well. That is the end. Bye.